Have you ever felt like the universe was trying to whisper something to you, not in words, but in symbols? Symbols that appear when you least expect them, on the corner of a receipt, glowing on your phone screen at 11:11, or echoing in your dreams. At first it feels random, but deep down, something stirs, as if the cosmos is gently nudging you, asking you to notice. Now, imagine this. What if the month of July holds a hidden message meant just for you? Not in the stars, not in the news, but in numbers, ancient, powerful vibrational codes that have guided monks, mystics, and seers for centuries. From sacred temples to secret societies, these numbers have been used to connect with forces greater than ourselves, forces that shape destiny. The great seer Nostradamus once hinted at this truth when he said, "Hidden in plain sight lie the codes of destiny. Only those who look beyond the obvious shall find them." And Baba Vanga, the blind mystic of Bulgaria, believed certain numbers didn't just measure time or quantity, they carried energy. She said they held the power to unlock hidden doors, not only to spiritual realms, but also to material fortune. So take a moment and ask yourself, could specific numbers be the keys to your financial awakening? Could they guide you toward the abundance, clarity, and success you've been waiting for? And could this very July be the chapter where everything starts to align, not by chance, but by divine design? Because today, we're not just exploring lucky numbers. We're diving into the deeper meaning behind 5 powerful and sacred numbers, each believed to hold unique frequencies that attract wealth, restore balance, invite renewal, and awaken you to your highest potential. These are not just digits to be casually glanced at. They are symbols of divine timing, markers of karmic reward, and invitations from the universe to step into a new version of yourself. So breathe in, center yourself, and prepare to uncover what could be the most important guidance you've received this year. Because we begin with the number that carries within it the infinite vibration of wealth, expansion, and limitless possibility. Close your eyes for a moment and let the number 8 appear in your mind. See its bold shape, grounded, symmetrical, unshaken. Now gently turn it sideways. What you're looking at is no ordinary figure. It's the symbol of infinity, a sacred loop that flows endlessly, never broken, never still. That's not a coincidence. In both numerology and ancient spiritual traditions, the number 8 is more than a number. It's a powerful vibration, a cosmic current tied to wealth, balance, and eternal flow. It carries with it the essence of limitless abundance, the kind that doesn't fade or fluctuate, but continues, grows, and returns in cycles. In Chinese culture, 8 is considered the most fortunate number of all, so much so that people pay extra to have it in their phone numbers, license plates, or addresses. Why? Because it represents prosperity, success, and perfect harmony between heaven and earth. But the significance of 8 goes even deeper than luck or money. In Buddhist numerology, the number 8 connects to the Noble Eightfold Path, a spiritual map that leads not just to enlightenment, but to a life of inner balance and outer clarity. When 8 shows up, it's not just about earning more, it's about earning with integrity. It's not only about receiving, it's about giving with grace and living with wisdom. Abundance, in this light, becomes something sacred. Even Baba Vanga believed that those who aligned themselves with the energy of 8 would find themselves in a mysterious flow, a current of wealth that couldn't be logically explained, only felt. She said that this number carried a kind of karmic rhythm, where what you give is returned multiplied, and what you focus on expands. As one Buddhist teaching puts it, prosperity does not come by chance, it flows to those who walk in balance. And that's the deeper truth. Prosperity is not just about what's in your bank account, it's about the richness of your relationships, the clarity in your choices, the calm in your heart, and the meaning behind your actions. The number 8 teaches us that true abundance comes not from force, but from flow, not from taking more, but from aligning with something greater. It gently asks, are you building wealth or just chasing it? Are you working hard or working in harmony with your purpose? Even Nostradamus hinted at this mystery when he wrote in one of his lesser-known quatrains, "Those who master the double circle shall stand on golden ground." Many believe this double circle points to the very shape of 8, an eternal loop of giving and receiving, action and reward. So when you invite the energy of 8 into your life this July, you're doing more than calling in money. You're stepping into a sacred flow, one that honors balance, one that multiplies what you give, one that transforms effort into ease and intention into reward. The question now is, are you ready to move with that current, to become a vessel for abundance and a magnet for prosperity that is not only lasting, but infinite? Imagine standing at the quiet center of your life, everything you care about gently revolving around you, your relationships, your finances, your health, your dreams. Each part moving in harmony, not colliding or drifting, but balanced. Like the universe itself. What holds it all together? Balance. That's the quiet strength behind the number 6, a number that doesn't shout, but steadies. In the ancient language of numerology, 6 is known as the caretaker, the nurturer, the one who grounds and protects. Its energy is rooted in service, responsibility, and unconditional love. But beneath this gentle nature lies a powerful truth. 6 is also a number of financial harmony, of building wealth, not just through earning, but through wisdom, compassion, and alignment. It reminds us that abundance isn't found in chaos or urgency. It's cultivated in the same way one tends a garden. You plant with intention, you nurture with care, and you share with an open heart. Because money, like any living thing, responds to how we treat it. And 6 asks you to treat it with the same presence and purpose you'd give to the people you love most. Wealth is not what you keep in your bank. It's what you build with care and keep with wisdom. This number doesn't just speak of riches, it speaks of how those riches are held. It invites you to look within and out. Are my financial goals truly aligned with my deeper values? Am I spending in ways that reflect what matters most? Family, health, peace, purpose. According to Buddhist wisdom, balance in the material world can only exist when the mind is clear and the heart is steady. And the number 6 mirrors that perfectly. It's tied to the energy of domestic peace, grounded decision-making, and social responsibility. It teaches that real wealth is a reflection of inner order, of choosing what feels right, not just what looks good. Even the blind mystic Baba Vanga understood this when she said, "He who cares for others, who feeds and nurtures, shall never go without." Because when your life is rooted in care, your abundance flows naturally, not through force, but through alignment. That's what 6 brings, a quiet, steady current of prosperity that comes from living in tune with your purpose. Nostradamus, too, hinted at this deeper truth in a cryptic verse. Those who maintain harmony in times of excess shall inherit stability when the world shakes. And in our world, where speed and accumulation are often worshipped, these words feel more relevant than ever. 6 reminds us that in a storm, it's not the biggest tree that survives, it's the one with the strongest roots. So the number 6 calls you to something deeper. To budget in a way that honors your values, to invest in what brings peace, not just profit. To give with a heart that knows generosity is a kind of wealth. And to make choices that are grounded, mindful, and true to who you are, because money is not the goal, it's a tool, a means to create a life that feels safe, connected, and full of meaning. A life where your outer world reflects your inner clarity. So, if this July, the number 6 keeps showing up for you, see it as a gentle reminder a quiet whisper from the universe asking you to recenter, realign, reprioritize. And in that stillness, in that moment of mindful balance, you may just unlock a level of prosperity that goes far beyond numbers. The kind that brings peace to your mind, purpose to your actions, and a steady joy that no storm can shake. Because in a world that's always reaching for more, sometimes the deepest abundance is found in having just enough and knowing exactly what to do with it. Have you ever felt a sudden spark, a wild idea, a vivid dream, or a rush of inspiration that seemed to arrive from nowhere, like a whisper from someplace beyond you? That right there is the voice of creativity, and in the world of numerology, it speaks through the vibrant, magnetic energy of the number 3, where the number 8 anchors abundance and 6 offers balance. 3 opens the gateway to something even more magical: imagination, self-expression, and the bold rhythm of inspired creation. It's the number of visionaries, artists, problem solvers, and anyone brave enough to dream a little bigger than the world tells them they should. In numerology, 3 is known as the creator, the one who turns ideas into form, thoughts into action, and inspiration into something real. Whether it's a business, a painting, a conversation, or simply the way you live your everyday life, the number 3 reminds you that all abundance begins with a spark, and that spark is you. The universe is not short on supply. It responds to those who dare to create. Abraham Hicks. There is something sacred about 3. Think of the great trinities found across spiritual traditions: body, mind, and spirit, past, present, and future, thought, word, and deed. The power of 3 lies in that flow, the journey from inspiration to action, from vision to manifestation. And so this number gently leans in and asks, are you listening to the creative nudges inside you, or are you dismissing them as impractical? Are you expressing your ideas, your gifts, your truth, or hiding them beneath the weight of doubt and logic? Because here's the quiet truth: prosperity follows passion. When you begin to align with what lights you up, when you act from joy, when you speak from the heart, when you create just for the love of it, doors open, opportunities appear, the universe takes notice. Even Baba Vanga, known more for her prophecies than poetry, understood this energy. In one of her more joyful visions, she said, "Joy is the seed of miracles. Where joy flows, life unfolds like a flower in spring." And that's exactly what 3 brings: not just inspiration, but the joy that makes life feel alive again. When you lean into joy, when you follow curiosity instead of fear, miracles don't feel distant, they feel natural. Even Nostradamus, in a passage often overlooked, wrote of the threefold gift, a term many numerologists now believe refers to the triad of thought, vision, and expression. He foresaw a time where those who speak their truth boldly shall be the architects of a new golden age. And that's what you become when you step into the power of 3, an architect of your own future. This number doesn't wait for perfection. It invites you to move, to express, to share boldly. Use your gifts. Don't bury them. Decor truth, even if your voice shakes. Deans, approach challenges creatively, not just logically. Take action that excites you, not just action that fills time. Because your ideas are not random, your passions are not distractions, they are the currency of your soul, the very things that magnetize abundance, connection, and opportunity. So if this July you find the number 3 appearing in dreams, signs, synchronicities, don't brush it off. It may be a divine invitation to return to your playful self, to rediscover the parts of you that create for joy, not for approval. It's a reminder that wealth isn't always earned by chasing it. Sometimes it flows effortlessly when you follow what excites you. Because when you allow creativity to lead, something shifts. You stop surviving and you start thriving. Every journey begins with a single step, a quiet decision, a spark of courage, a whisper that says, now is the time. In numerology, that first step is symbolized by the number 1, the bold, fearless vibration of new beginnings, fresh starts, and financial awakening. Have you ever felt that pull inside you, the urge to start something new? A project, a business, a different way of managing your money, or simply a new mindset about what's possible? That quiet pull, that subtle nudge, is the energy of one calling you forward. The number 1 represents leadership, independence, and the power to begin again, no matter what has happened before. It doesn't look back, it doesn't wait for permission, it steps forward, with faith, into the unknown. In numerology, 1 is the seed of all creation. It holds pure potential, a clean slate, a blank canvas, an untouched field ready for planting. And when this number shows up in your life, especially now in July, it often carries a sacred message. A new financial chapter is waiting to begin, if you're ready to claim it. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Chinese proverb. Spiritually, the number 1 reminds us that abundance never waits for the perfect moment. It begins the moment you decide to stop waiting and start moving. Mystics have long believed that every soul is given windows of destiny, moments when the universe leans in and quietly whispers, "This is your time." Baba Vanga, the blind prophet of Bulgaria, spoke of these windows as turning points, unseen doors that only appear when we're bold enough to knock. To begin again is to become new again, she once said. Only those who step forward will be seen by destiny. Even Nostradamus, in his poetic code, referenced a lone flame that lights the path of kings. A symbol, Menibel, represents the number 1, the spark that starts a fire, the light that leads the way, the first step that shifts everything. But make no mistake, number 1 doesn't promise ease. It promises opportunity and asks for your courage in return. This number gently challenges you. Are you still waiting for someone else to create the change you crave? Are you clinging to the past, or are you reaching boldly toward your future? Because 1 is not passive. It is movement, action, willingness. It asks you to take initiative in your financial life. Set fresh goals, grounded in clarity and confidence. Stristratat, the path will appear, even if you can't see the whole road yet. Release hesitation and step into your own authority. It reminds you that wealth doesn't begin with waiting, it begins with deciding, not just dreaming about a better life, but daring to pursue it. And when you embody the energy of 1, the pioneer of your own success, there's a magnet for bold ideas and fresh opportunities. Really, in your family, your purpose, and your financial reality, because prosperity isn't just for the lucky, it's for the willing. And number 1 is your reminder that sometimes all it takes is 1 moment of faith, 1 choice to begin, to set everything in motion. So if this July, the number 1 keeps showing up, in signs, receipts, clocks, dreams, see it for what it truly is, a sacred invitation, a chance to let go of hesitation, to forgive what didn't work before, to believe in your own power and in the future that's still waiting for you. Because at the heart of every success story, there was once someone who simply chose to start. Will you start today? Have you ever felt like you're coming full circle? Like the long nights, the quiet prayers, the risks you took, and the lessons you never asked for are finally beginning to make sense. That deep, grounded feeling, that moment where everything slows and settles, is the sacred energy of the number. In numerology, 9 is the final single digit, the elder of the numbers, the one who has walked the full journey, from spark to struggle to strength. It doesn't rush, it doesn't chase, it arrives with quiet wisdom, carrying the weight of experience and the clarity of hindsight. Number 9 is completion, not an ending, but a return. A soft landing before a new rise. A signal that you've reached a turning point, not because you're finished, but because you're ready for more from a place of wholeness. The end is where we begin again. T.S. When 9 appears, it's often a sign that something important is coming to a close, a chapter, a belief, a cycle. And yet, it doesn't ask you to grieve what's leaving. It asks you to bless it, to say thank you, to take the harvest, the wisdom, the strength, the resilience, and carry it forward. But 9 also asks something harder. Are you still holding on to something you've outgrown? Are you willing to let go, not in fear, but in faith? Because just like the tree lets go of its leaves in autumn, trusting spring will return, 9 reminds us that release is not loss, it's preparation. In many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, completion is sacred. It's not an exit, it's a transformation, a return to the self, renewed and ready, and in that still space, the universe has room to offer you something greater. As Baba Vanga once said, only when your hands are empty can they receive the gift of tomorrow. The message of 9 is simple and powerful. Let go with love, trust what you've become, and know that your wealth, your true wealth, isn't just meant for you, it's meant to be shared. Because 9 is the number of generosity, of purpose, of using your abundance, not just to live well, but to uplift those around you. It's the mentor who turns back to light the path for others. It's the teacher who shares their story, not for applause, but because wisdom is meant to be passed on. Even Nostradamus, in one of his more poetic passages, spoke of a time when the 9th star shall mark the rise of the wise. Those who give more than they gather, and shine without asking to be seen. Many believe he was speaking to the energy of 9, those who have achieved, and now choose to serve. This number invites you to pause and reflect. Look back on your financial journey, the growth, the struggle, the breakthrough. Appreciate how far you've come, not just in numbers, but in character. Give thanks for the losses that taught you, and the strength that carried you. And share what you've learned, not out of duty, but because it overflows from you now. Because the final step before the next level of abundance is always gratitude. 9 is a mirror. It shows you not what you still need to chase, but what you've already become. It honors your journey, it blesses your growth, and it gently asks, what can you now release so something greater can enter? And if you've faced delays, detours, or closed doors, 9 reminds you that closure is not a punishment, it's an alignment. It's the universe clearing space for your next rise. So if the number 9 keeps appearing on clocks, receipts, signs, or in your dreams, pause. Listen. Feel what it's trying to tell you. What is ready to end with grace? What are you ready to let go of without fear? What truth are you finally ready to live, fully and unapologetically? Because 9 isn't just about endings, it's about the still, sacred space just before a powerful new beginning, one born not from lack, but from wisdom, not from striving, but from knowing. And that knowing, that's your wealth now. Now pause, take a slow, deep breath, and gently look back at the journey you've just taken. You began with the infinite wealth of number 8, where abundance flows like a river when you live in balance with giving and receiving. You moved into the grounded peace of number 6, learning that true wealth is built on harmony, responsibility, and heart. Then came the joyful fire of number 3, unlocking your creativity, your voice, your divine right to express and manifest. You stepped into the fearless energy of number 1, where every dream begins, not with perfection, but with a decision to start. And finally, you arrived at number 9, the sacred circle of completion, where wisdom meets release, and endings quietly become beginnings. These are not just numbers. They are sacred frequencies. They are ancient codes wrapped in modern form, reminders that the universe speaks in patterns, in symbols, in silent nudges that only the awake can hear. So the question isn't whether these numbers work. The real question is, are you listening? Are you aligned? Are you ready to become the version of yourself that wealth, peace, and destiny have been waiting for? Because as Nostradamus once wrote, in the numbers of stars, the fate of kings is written. And as Baba Vanga so often taught, the ones who notice the subtle signs, the repeating digits, the dream symbols, the quiet pulls, are the ones the universe lifts first. These numbers have appeared for a reason. July holds a powerful frequency, a rare window when energy shifts, momentum builds, and life responds to those who move with clarity, courage, and intention. Whether you're buying a lottery ticket, launching a business, choosing a new path, or simply setting a bold new intention, remember this: you are not lost, you are not behind, and you are certainly not unlucky. You are being guided, prepared, awakened. The path to prosperity has always been within you, waiting to be claimed, not by force, but by alignment. So let these numbers be more than digits. Let them become your compass. Let them shape your decisions, elevate your mindset, and open your life to the wealth that flows when soul and action move as one. Because when you align with divine timing, when you choose faith over fear, when you act with purpose, passion, and presence, abundance becomes inevitable. Your future is not written in stone. It is written in numbers, and the pen is in your hands. Thank you for walking this path with us. May these numbers guide you toward a future filled with wealth, wisdom, and deep inner peace. And if this journey spoke to your spirit, share and subscribe for more insights into numerology, intuition, and the sacred signs all around you. Your story is still unfolding, and the universe is ready when you are. Until next time, stay aligned, stay open, and stay blessed.